got word from Yelan. Looks like she managed to track down Ashvapati. Come on, let's go meet up with the others.
Transfixed!
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarand and I have got things covered at the expo. Yes, we're ready to roll then!
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know. It's just... Do you really think...
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really... But if that's true, then... That means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past, too. Wouldn't that make him a bad person?
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessary.
Really?
The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a person. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that.
Yeah. Why would Uncle Ashvapati do something like that?
How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back safe, then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure this ends as well as it possibly can.
Stop right there!
Where is he?
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead.
There's a letter here.
Look at how it's positioned. It was begging to be found. I think it might be for us.
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together when we debrief. These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by us.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and picked up by two separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now.
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose. But for what reason?
Wait! Is this...
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang, but it might not be what we thought at first.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail. This is looking more and more like the work of an independent actor.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead. That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. Within a single day, you were able to eliminate over half of the gang's forces. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So, before my day in court is upon me, allow... It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, it wasn't even worth a pail of water to quench his thirst. Could you spare some water? I'm a Kasharawa researcher. If you need something, I could...
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least I can rule out the bottom of a vulture's stomach.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit helps.
All I know is... weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones. I believe the essence of Kasharawa research is embodied in weaponry. And the pursuit of this kind of technology is my lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons, so I can invent even more advanced ones. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission, but you see the vision, right? The higher-ups in the academia just didn't understand.
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I care about is what this specialty of yours can do for us.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a dangerous place like the desert, surely.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. Most folks get them when merchants happen to pass through. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough. The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with other bands of eremites. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. It's a real place to call home. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So,
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Kasharawa scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets. You could always make something for the kids.
You mean, like, toys?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kasharawa scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The eremites accepted me as one of their... Looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up, and it changed. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered it.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get.
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be your grave.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your right to be here a long time ago.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to us now because—
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. All that matters is keeping the people here.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. Just Kaim was it, and so normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. You can take the scholar out of the academia, but putting your life's work behind you is easier said than done. I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. The ruin drakes scattered around Sumeru were of particular interest to me. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target. In effect, somehow, the new arrivals at the oasis must have caught wind of it. Because they—
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a weapon you're—
I do mind, actually. It's none of your business.
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge—
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research to the next level. As things stand, all you've got is a blueprint and a pipe dream. But what if you had access to the right funds and materials?
What are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you gotta do is bring this sketch to life. We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here—
You want to sell it?
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough mora from these people to fund the research of your dreams.
I don't know.
I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back to bite the people here. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on. Their biggest enemy is the weather.
You've made a bad name for yourself around here. I don't want any part in this.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice you ever get in life. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions? Or do you want to stay here building toys for kids?
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it? You gonna back—
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say.
Cash is king. That's just—
Fine.
I'm done.
What are you talking about? We're making bank here.
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all—
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be at each other's throats with or without our weapons. So they die to a machine instead of a scimitar. What difference does it—
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites are interested in buying.
If you want to make the big Mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want out.
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway.
If you want out so bad, have it your way.
What was that? No. Kaem was it. How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kaem Wazet drove them off. Guess his enemies have...
You sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in.
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's why.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senegem and his men had turned around and stabbed their allies in the back. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, all I could think about was saving as many people as I could. But once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate of this place in the end, despite all the burning tents I rushed into. And now, you know the full account of my crimes. I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place. This confession is for the kids to read, too. So I know I'm in no position to make requests, but please, help them. Back then, I failed.
Jeez. If this is true...
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to Nodcry to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right...
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something super dangerous. But
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs deep. There are still many other conspirators we need to track down. Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place.
Oh, snap. He's not working for them. So our original plan could have worked all along.
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
The pleasure is all mine.
I'm never late. I have high hopes for this journey.
Rise with the sun! Rev the engines!
Ashvapati.
It's been a while, Senegem. Over a decade at least.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed. All I had to do was pose as your point of contact. And fish a time and date out of that scout you sent.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight.
No. There's no way the cops could have known we'd be here.
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues, leading them straight to the expo. If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I would have been able to lure you here.
So now what? You gonna turn me in, too?
No. The authorities can have your...
Is that Fatui tech? Looks like your skills are as good as ever. Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years, but it looks like you still got it.
After everything that happened... What...
Because what's the alternative? After Kayemwazet took you in, you really convinced yourself. What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing hand. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last laugh does. Just look at me. When there's Mora to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter...
You think everyone is as much of a
lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. You're talking to a renowned Fontainian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody who counts would dare...
Are you...
Clearly there's no reasoning with you. Fine. Have it your way. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone? That wasn't the wisest decision now, was it?
Oh, don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower with me.
What the... Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here.
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us...
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes this barrier.
Hold it right there, all of you! Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage!
You got here sooner than I expected.
Hey! What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news!
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontainian justice is too merciful for them.
Stubborn fool.
I don't deserve them!
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. And yet, surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. But me? I chose to use my research skills.
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed some... Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks for entertainment purposes. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into toys. And it's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and—
Time is running out. Please. Leave while you still can.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can—
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Captain, we're in position!
Prepare to intersect! On my signal! Fire!
Fireworks show? Oh.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
No funny business!
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for something so...
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation. I know...
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal expert. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. Considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below. Exploration and Rise with the sun!
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting.
Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine Authority—
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you, given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha Town.
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati.
Deal.
Huh. That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
Uncle Ashvapati,
They told us the whole story. Everything.
But
If you'd been less trusted the way I see it, your crime—
yeah,
well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
Children.
Traveler, Yelan, on behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both.
I have plenty of other business to attend to.
Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't—
After you joined us, I actually consider the desert my home too. So thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is.
Are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after— I'd recommend that you take these kids back to the desert.
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With lesser Lord Kus—
I'm flattered, really. But that was a lifetime ago. Sure. We could put up a few tents and call it a settlement. But what then? It would be a brutally harsh existence. There's no way around it.
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me? If you can dream it, you can buy it.
So Mora is the answer, huh?
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone, created by none other than the renowned mage. Simply plant it in the ground, and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis. And the best part is, it's designed to work—
What the—
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Not Cry Trade Expo. Turns out it's...
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever. Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you 3 kids earned at the expo? I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed.
Deal!
Hooray!
Well, this was a strange turn of events.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of...
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's commissions. This realm is... If you ever had...
Light it up!
You came all this way to investigate me. Snip!
It's been a while. What brings you here this time? Are you representing the Dawn Winery, or are you here as Owl?
Take your pick. Even Owl would take issue with people smuggling the wine.
I understand, but please be no faction in any case. I only
I see. So this isn't from our cellars at all.
You...
I'm guessing you learned a few of our winemaking techniques, then brewed your own liquor using local ingredients from Nodcry.
Just you watch. One day, my wine will leave the Dawn Winery.
I'll grant that your wine is a perfectly palatable product. But the fact that you didn't dare to sell that alone tells me that I'll never need to worry about any...
Leaving so soon? Can't I persuade you to come to the Curatorium of Secrets for some tea with me and your 2 old friends?
Hey there! It sounded like you were discussing some pretty serious business.
I'm afraid I'll have to decline.
That's a shame.
Next time you're back in Mondstadt, pay a visit to the Angel's Share. At least there, I can offer you a genuine Don Juan.
See, Lolly, I've been told that the merchants here are all protected by the organizers. I'm afraid confronting him myself will be more trouble.
Do I have to do everything myself?
Oh, please! Granny Eatsley, have mercy!
Chaska! Say, Lolly! What are you,
It's a long story. Basically, a few members of the Flower Feather clan brought word from Nodcry that someone was selling Wyob fragments at this expo. Pretty serious stuff. So I brought Seat Lolly here to get to the bottom of it, and hopefully keep things under control.
Oh. Okay, well, as it turns out,
Are you intending to try and stop me? Look, I'm not trying to be difficult, but you don't need me to tell you that our Wyob are not for sale. This is just a shard of a Wyob pillar, and its power is long gone, so it no longer has any connection whatsoever to the Wyob.
About 800,000 more apiece.
What?
Apparently, people outside of Natland don't know all that much about our culture. Some people take one look at those pillars and start bragging that they found a Wyob fragment. I didn't want to correct them, because that way I could drum up the
Forget it. Since you asked me so nicely, I'll let him stay here until the expo's over. No point making a mountain—
Oh, thank you, Grandpa.
Oh, don't start thinking you're off the hook. Once this is over, you're going straight to Biram.
Why, hello, Traveler and Paimon. Oh, quite the opposite. I'm her supplier. Nicole came up with a delightful new pricing method recently, which I've asked dear Dory to try out. We're here today to see how it's all going.
What sort of pricing method is that?
Curious? Well, allow me to explain. Instead of an amount of mora, you collect courage, kindness, or happiness from the buyer. The key is to make people realize they don't have to be rich. With an excellence of character, even the treasures of the Hex, kind of like a Sealy guiding intrepid adventurers through various tribulations until they claim their prize.
Not for me. We didn't sell much Hex and Zirkle gear this time at all. At this point, I'll have to whip out some Samara's specialties just to break even. Wait, you're actually losing money, Dory?
You're saying our gifts didn't reach that many people?
I'm saying we made diddly squat. Hate to break it to you, Miss Mage, but you don't have—
It might not have made much, but this has been quite a fun little experiment. To make it up to you, all the revenue from our merchandise is yours to keep, Dory.
Oh, they don't call you a great mage for nothing, Miss Alice.
It's almost time for the expo to end. I'm asking for half a month's leave once we wrap this up.
Finally got time to relax, huh, Yehoda?
Yeah, thanks to you. Oh, things are pretty calm right now.
Should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Sorry, but I've got a problem over here.
Same here. Yoda! You just jinxed it!
Someone made off with a batch of my goods using the goods first, pay later method. I thought the guild was the guarantor, but then I went to redeem my money and no dice.
The same thing happened to me. Goods first, pay later? That convenience is for exhibitors only. It works because...
The buyer did have guild-supplied certification.
In that case, he's one of you. Pick him out of the crowd and...
The person I talked to was a tall, thin young man, but I don't see him here.
The one who bought from me was on the chubbier side. And... Wait, so...
Miss Yehoda, we need help! Ati went into town a while back, and we...
What? Why would he do that?
He wanted to use the moral we got from our exhibit to buy everyone a little something in return for like...
Gods, this kid...
Wait, did he...
Yeah, he's our older brother, so he's in charge...
Oh, this is bad.
Okay, let's not panic.
What? Remember those people who targeted Ati a while back? I'm worried they kidnapped him and are using his certificate.
Sorry. Oh, this is...
Should we rescue Ati first? But not Cry's huge. Where would we even start? We could go... Oh, come on, Yehoda, come on! You promised Boss Nephew to uphold the guild's reputation.
Looks like you're down to your last option, dumpster diver.
Oh, right! The clink...
Clank Clank crisis control switch activated. Awaiting orders. Awaiting orders.
Oh! Activating the switch gives you temporary control over all the robots in Notcry. If you wanted, you could turn this, but it won't last long, so think about what you want. In that case, let's get the stolen goods back for...
All units, advance to rescue Ati!
Miss Yehoda...
Orders received. Orders received.
Ati! You're all right!
Sorry.
If anyone should be apologizing, it's those awful people who took you.
They stole my expo certificate. Did that...
Let's just focus on one thing at a time.
Inventory complete. All goods have been...
See? Told ya. With the Clink Clank crisis control with so many bots around, we didn't have to choose between...
I know.
These kids call me boss.
Thanks, boss.
I know's a great person to have on...
To be honest, I could hug you right now. But I think I'll have that vacation. Oh, right! I owe you a hot dog, don't I?
Rise with the sun!
Here comes the toughest mecha. Time
time to go all out!
Keep it together. Slow and steady now. Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Ready, partner?
Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Burn it down! Try and stop me! truth. Seek within. No more love.
Fire support ready. Select the target. Here comes the mother load. Nice guiding. Well done.
Dissipate! Look, the rainbow!
Can't hide the truth. The deception ends here.
Fire support ready. Select the target.
Guys, protect us.
Switch to ground attack shells. Increase firepower. Nice! Good shooting!
Wing done!
For the everlasting cause. No more lies.
Stand with me!
Seek within.
Look, the rain!
Guys,
Fire support ready. Select the target. Switch to ground attack shells. Increase firepower.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
Frontline guidance is up to you. Fire support ready. Select the target. Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice! Good shooting! The sky's blue! The glaive moon shine!
Bow your head.
Select a target! Land a projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice! Good shooting!
As you like it.
Silence! Let the mighty be humbled!
Fire support ready! Select a target! Land a projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Locked and loaded, waiting on your signal.
From the land beyond. Show 'em, Lumi.
Divine light, shield them! Fire support ready! Select a target! Here comes the mother load! Nice guiding! Well done! Control breathing!
Go, Lumi! Underneath top!
Bow your justice is blindsided.
The sky's clear! The glazed moon shines!
Shine like a gemstone! Let's move!
Let the mighty be humbled.
Show 'em, Lumi! Like it or love it!
Fire support ready! Select a target! Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice! Good shooting! Lofty wisdom will show us the way!
On my mark! A gift from the land beyond!
Without further ado,
Silence! Be sanctified.
Show 'em, Lumi!
fire support ready! Select a target!